with palms pressed together, which is our symbol of deep appreciation. Please join me in Gassho. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. If a man speaks or acts with pure thought, then happiness follows him. These are the words of the Buddha. Thus I have heard. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida. Namanda. Good morning.
Good morning.
On behalf of all who came to our annual Halloween party last night, I would like to thank our Temple Board of Trustees, our Dharma School, Sports Committee, Cub Scout Pack 50, Girl Scout Troop 569, and Boy Scout Troop 50 for putting on a wonderfully energetic costume contest in a haunted house. This 80-degree plus weather makes it hard to believe that Halloween is nearly here. The temple is busy and active as ever. Reverend Marvin Harada is at home taking care of Orange County Buddhist Church, and Reverends Tim and Carol Castle are a little bit up north taking care of our sister temple in Marysville. Reverend Bob and Reverend Patty are guest speaking at the Buddhist Church of San Francisco. And RB and Patty wanted to let everybody know that they are again inviting everyone in our Dharma school trick-or-treating to visit them on Halloween on Grand River Drive. So keeping with their tradition, the trick-or-treaters reading the ushtas with a Namo Amida Butsu get double candy. Yeah. So let's open what we got here. Okay, special bars. Namo Amida Butsu. No almonds in this one. or nuts. Okay. So, in addition to all the Halloween activity, Dharma School and our Metta Padma class is in full swing. The Betsuin Bowling League is rolling along. Our Betsuin sports teams are off to a great start. And our Boy Scouts have already got 6 days of camping in this year. A 3-day weekend at Bodega Bay and a 3-day weekend at Point Reyes. So thank you so much, Scoutmaster Nick Schieber, for helping that happen, and for jumping in to be a celebrity guest judge last night, along with Dharma School Superintendent Valerie Fong and our own Sensei Koichi Mizushima. It was wonderful. You know, Halloween is just one of the wonderful traditions and celebrations that we have here at our Buddhist Church of Sacramento. And such traditions are reminders that help us to shape the view that our Betsuin, that this temple is our Dharma home. And it is here in our Dharma home that we have this moment, this special moment to sit in this special place of practice, our hondo, to clear our minds and to listen to the Dharma and to reflect upon our lives. Today, in our Dharma home, as we think about the opening meditation, all that we are is the result of what we have thought. Means that we are encouraged to begin each day and enjoy each moment, seeing our lives through the lens of the Eightfold Path. If we look at our Dharma chakra, or wheel of Dharma, everything begins with the correct view. And when we have a correct view, then our thoughts, speech, and actions will follow naturally. I have to thank my 5th grade student, Jordan Nomura, who's been playing a little bit of fall baseball, to get me thinking this year about the World Series. A couple of weeks ago, Jordan was playing left field, and a high fly ball was hit, and he went back, and he made it out. It was just wonderful. Tonight, there's a pivotal Game 5 between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Houston Astros. The series is tied up 2-2, and it's been some of the best baseball that we've seen for anybody following it. But I'm reminded of how the correct view, thought, speech, and actions have helped to shape a hotly contested National League pennant race that took place between our San Francisco Giants and the Los Angeles Dodgers way back on August 22nd in 1965. The outcome of this historic game would help determine who would go to the World Series later that year. Well, on this day, San Francisco Giants pitcher Juan Marichal would intimidate the Dodgers batters by pitching deep inside the plate. The Dodgers pitcher, Sandy Koufax, saw this early on, but he refused to do likewise. As it turns out, Koufax, thinking deeply on this, did not want to get ejected from such an important game. Instead, the Los Angeles catcher, John Roseborough, would intimidate the batters by returning the pitched balls close to the ears so that you could hear the ball whizzing by. One throw came so close that the ball clipped Marichal's ear on the way back to the pitcher. In a fit of anger and rage, Marichal raised his bat high in the air and he crashed it down on Roseborough's head. Roseborough was gashed and bleeding. Both benches cleared. There was an ugly brawl. Roseborough would require 14 stitches to close his wound. He wound up with post-concussion headaches through the rest of the season. Marichal would be fined, suspended, and embarrassed. The pitcher was barred from even entering Dodger Stadium for the final key games of the season. History, as it turns out, would cast Marichal as the villain and Roseborough as the victim. In the years that followed, Roseborough played this up, his perception in view as a victim. However, as time went on and years passed, Roseborough came to feel guilty for painting such a picture, coming to see that each played an equal role in their altercation. In this story, we can see how outlook affects the things that we think, say, and do in our daily lives, when we hold on to conflicts so tightly, or when we allow disagreements to become volatile or linger, we may lose sight of what is truly important in this life. Well, a decade or so followed after that ugly fight broke out at home plate. The two men met at an old-timers game, and for the very first time in 10 years, they had shook hands. Deeply, Juan Marichal apologized for how he reacted and for what he did. Roseborough did too. And during the years that followed, fierce competitors became the best of friends for the rest of their lives. When we pause to reflect upon our own lives and our experiences, we can see that when we begin to see life with a correct view, that the correct thoughts, speech, and actions follow naturally. As our church basketball season cranks up into high gear, let us all remind ourselves that basketball is our game meant to have fun. Parents, let us too remind ourselves that we are there to cheer for our players and not to jeer at our officials for that call. And players, do remember that every time you put on a Betsuin jersey, that you represent all that is our Betsuin, our Buddhist Church of Sacramento. We expect good sportsmanship from you, and we would like to see this as you listen to your coach, that you do your best, that you play hard, and you play fair. Especially now, in this unusual autumn heat, when we see the fall leaves change colors, we are encouraged to reflect upon such thoughts, the planning, care, and kindness extended by our sports committee, our Dharma school, are many temple volunteers. These are among the causes and conditions that enable us to play games and enjoy the life that we have, where we can develop friendships and make memories, with each memory being something like coins used to purchase memories that will last us for the rest of our lives. These coins being paid for from a bank that can never be fully repaid. And when we think in such terms and have such a view, how then would we choose to spend each priceless coin? How then would we choose to live our lives? And then living with such awareness, why then would we not choose to get involved with our Dharma school, our Young Buddhist Association, scouting, sports programs? And why would we not think about volunteering for our Adult Buddhist Association, Fujinkai, or Annual Bazaar? And why would we not sustain our temple through membership and contribution? When we think about this another way, if we are to live meaningfully, if we are to live fully, not taking for granted the moments and the people who bring color and vitality to our lives, we would understand that we owe a debt of appreciation and gratitude to those around us each and every day. So in closing, I would like to thank our members and guests for attending and visiting our Dharma home. And I hope to see each and everyone trick-or-treating at Reverend Bob and Patty's house on Grand River Drive off Pocket Road Tuesday, where the words Namo Amida Butsu will bring double candy. So, with palms pressed together, our symbol of deep gratitude, please join me in Gassho. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. If a man speaks or acts with pure thought, then happiness follows him. These are the words of the Buddha. Thus I have heard. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Amanda.